Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 148. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend, and being Self Reflection Sunday, I hope you guys had spent some time to do that. But today, I want to talk about the importance to remind yourself of your goals as many times as possible throughout the days. Now, I have talked about setting goals and how the importance of it many times in the past, but I don't think I talked about how important it is to remind yourself constantly as many times possible throughout the day of your goals. Setting your goals is the next step to creating a plan to reach your goals, to create a lifestyle for you, to create your future dream. But reminding yourself of your goals as many times possible every day really ingrains that in your subconscious. You're consciously telling yourself of your goals every day, day in and day out, after you wake up, before you go to sleep. And what I had realized when I did that is I had ingrained this into my subconscious. So whenever I go to self sabotage, whenever I go off track, I feel this reluctancy doing these bad or making these bad decisions because I had set myself this vision, this mental vision of where it is I want to be in life. And that comes down to telling yourself consciously of where you want to be in life and what you must do to reach that goal and the end point, the deadline of when that goal must be reached. Telling yourself this constantly really lets your subconscious has a clear idea of what you must do to reach that goal, the good habits you need to form, what you need to do daily to reach that goal. Now, if you start falling off track, you'll feel a bit off. You'll feel something's off. You'll feel something's out of place. And that feeling doesn't come instantly because, like all habits, like all bad habits, it takes time to break. It takes time to escape or pull away from our bad behaviors. But if you do it constantly, if you put some commitment into it, it would not take long for you to really shift. It's that little ripple effect that starts great habits. It's really just reminding yourself daily, and then your other habits will start following. Don't try to put everything in together. Don't start writing a goal, reminding yourself of the goal, tracking your goals, and doing all this and that at one sitting. You're going to overwork yourself. You're going to burn out. That is a guarantee. I had thought to myself before that if I just do everything right now, then I'll have great success. Now, I ain't superhuman, and I'm sure you guys, not all of you guys, are superhuman too. So there will be times we're just human that we just can't handle all that load, especially on top of school, work, or other any commitments you have to do. So then the key here is not to give it all you have. Of course, give it 100%, but be honest with yourself of what you can handle for you to actually start this habit. Now, I always put gym analogies into this because, quite frankly, that is what I know best, and that is something I have kept consistent for my majority of my life. That is the first thing I did right in my own self improvement journey. And like gym, you don't just go in the gym and then just bench press 100 kilos. You don't just go in the gym and then lift triple the weight of your body weight. That is just not realistic. And even if you do lift that weight, I'm sure you guys can, for some miracle, just have great strength and just bench 100 kilos. It may be ego lifting for sure. It may be bad form for sure. You may injure yourself. Quite frankly, you may. But it's really worth it going through all that risk just to push yourself to the max. Now, to some people, that is totally fine. But if you do that repeatedly, day in and day out, there'll be one day where you're going to injure yourself. There'll be one day where you're going to be sick of it. There'll be one day where something's going to go wrong. And that is simply because you didn't spend time. You were impatient to build that strength. You were impatient to start from your foundation, to work your way up there, to do it safely. So then when you next bench press 100 kilos, you can do it safely. You can do the form properly. So it's all about having patience. And having patience simply just starts by reminding yourself daily of what it is you must achieve, your goals. Set big goals, but start small. Set big goals, but start small because you need to have a foundation. You need to have this common ground, to this familiarity of what a good life will be in the future. It is not just about playing video games. It's not about just hanging out with friends, drinking or clubbing. It's not about all that. Working towards something you believe in isn't as hard as people say it is. It's pretty much working in another part-time job. The only thing is working a job that you don't know if it's going to succeed or not. It is this uncertainty that bothers a lot of people. It's this uncertainty of whether what you're working towards will pay off because the reward isn't instant. But if you have a goal, if you remind yourself of your goal and you know that your goal consists of you walking on this project, working on this business plan, then you know that this will work because you know that your goal relates back to this. And it's just about falling in love with the process. But this all starts with just simply making this one small improvement, this one small ripple effect that will transcend into great habits. But start reminding yourself of your goals because, like everything, we forget. Life gets in the way. Too frequently, we get distracted. Too frequently, temptations get in the way that we just forget about it. We just forget about our life dreams and then throw it under the rug thinking there's nothing because we don't remind ourselves constantly enough. We're not distracted by our goals constantly enough. Things will pull us away if we allow it to. Our goal here is not to remind ourselves of the goals, thinking that if we do this, we will achieve our goal. We are reminding ourselves of our goal because we don't want to forget about our goals. So just when you wake up, guys, read yourself, read your goals. Before you go to bed, read your goals. If you can, read your goals as many times as possible. The person who reminds himself the most of his goals are more likely, to act and remember what it is important to him and what he prioritizes in life. The people who doesn't remind themselves of their goals, matter of fact, the people who don't have goals will let life get in the way, will drift around saying that they don't have a purpose when the purpose they haven't even set up for themselves yet. It's important, guys. It's super, super important. So self-reflection today is just reminding the goal to myself because there are days where we slip, and that's truth, guys. There are days where we just kind of slip and let life get in the way. But I realized that when I started reminding myself of my goals, I had let my life slip less frequently. And quite frankly, I love doing what I do. I love doing what I do because I know that this means putting myself towards my goals. This means putting myself towards the lifestyle I want. And I hope your goals, whatever that may be, means the same for you. And I hope what you guys do now is for the better of your future. But this is all I want to say for today. I hope you guys learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, happy Sunday.